It was 1574. The air in Manila was tense. Spanish rule had crushed the freedom of the Tagalog people. But to brave leaders, Lakandula and Rajah Sulayman decided they'd had enough. Their revolt would echo through history as a cry for freedom, even though it ended in bloodshed. This is their story. When the Spaniards arrived, they promised peace, but those promises were soon broken. Heavy taxes, forced labor, and disrespect for the people's traditions pushed the leaders of Tondo to their limits. Lakandula, the noble leader, and Sulayman, the fierce warrior, knew they couldn't stay silent any longer. Our ancestors fought for this land. If we allow the Spaniards to take everything, we dishonor their memory. We must rise, even if it costs us everything. We fight for freedom or die trying. The leaders began to gather their people. With little resources, they armed themselves with bamboo spears and their knowledge of the land. They planned to strike while the Spaniards were distracted by an unexpected attack from the Chinese pirate, Limahong. We'll strike intramuros when their forces are weakened. They won't see it coming. In the dead of night, the revolt began. Lakandula's men stormed the fortifications while Sulayman led an ambush near the Pasig River. Their battle cries echoed through the darkness, and for a moment, it seemed they might succeed. But the Spaniards were prepared. They quickly regrouped and unleashed their cannons. The poorly armed Tagalog warriors could not match the Spaniards' firepower. Blood stained the streets of Tondo, and the cries of the wounded filled the air. Do not retreat. Fight for our future, for our people. Rajah Sulayman fought like a lion, but he was outnumbered. Surrounded by Spanish soldiers, he fell, his body covered in fatal wounds. Lakandula, too, was struck down. Their people, disheartened and leaderless, began to scatter. The revolt failed, but it wasn't forgotten. Lakandula and Sulayman's bravery became a symbol of the Filipino spirit, a spirit that refused to bow, even in defeat. Their sacrifice planted the seeds of future uprisings and the eventual fight for independence. Lakandula and Sulayman's story reminds us that true courage isn't measured by victory, but by the willingness to fight for what's right. Their spirit lives on in every Filipino who stands up for freedom and justice. If this story inspired you, share it with others. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more stories of courage and resilience.